All right, so I got a real pair and a fake pair of Jubilee Air Jordan 11s, as you can see out here. But here's the problem. Have you ever put two things? I actually had one sitting on one side of the table on the ground and one sitting on the other side of the table. And I was like, all right, one's the real and one's the fake. And then have you forgotten which one's which? Because I did that, and I honestly am going to have to take a deep dive and look to try to figure out which one of these is the real pair and which one is the fake, which totally sucks. I don't want to do that. Anyways, in this video, we're going to compare the real and the fakes, and hopefully I'll be able to identify which ones are which. What is going on, guys? Hess here, collectivekicks.com. If you guys haven't used my website yet before, go ahead and check it out in the description. Basically, I just curate a bunch of sneaker deals for you guys for authentic sneakers. I don't ever post the fake ones, obviously. If you guys are new to my channel, hit the subscribe button, notification bell to be notified of when my videos are posted. This is going to be a pain in the butt because I honestly don't remember which ones are fake or real. No lies here. I'm just trying to knock this video out because I've been waiting weeks and weeks to do it. And so I've left the shoes literally on the floor apart for the while just so I could tell which one's real or fake. Normally I put a tag or something on the fake pair that says these ones are fake just in case there's any sort of mix up. Because to be 100% honest, if I have doubles of pairs of shoes, sometimes I have a double. I've had this happen in the past where I had a size 9 and a size 9.5. Then I pull them out for a video of some sort. Then I put them back. I've had them mismatch in the box, 9.5 and a 9, just for some authentic pairs that I've had. So mixing up the real pair and the fake pair can be really easy to do because I just don't remember left was real or left was fake. So I have a feeling that this is the real pair just based on the box, and this is a fake pair, but I'm going to deep dive in and take a closer look. So one of these pairs I bought from a Chinese website, and it was actually shipped to me before the real pair released. And then the real pair I actually got from Hibbett Sports. So I know it's 100% authentic because Hibbett Sports is obviously an authorized dealer of Jordan sneakers. But as I'm looking at these side by side, it's just, I knew this was going to be a problem because the fake pair that I got looked so incredibly close to like a regular Air Jordan that I knew that once I got a real pair, that would be next to impossible to decipher. There is a couple things that I noticed are a little bit different, but for the most part, I mean, sheesh. If you guys are on the open market to try to find a pair of these, just buyer beware. I can't say that enough with these real versus fake videos or with the unboxing of the fakes. It shouldn't be overly surprising every time I get them, but every time I am always kind of shocked like how incredibly close the replicas are from the real thing. But they are crazy, crazy close to the real thing, and it's scary how good they are. Like, I mean, they literally look like the same shoe. I think that's my giveaways, the smell again. I think that that's actually going to be the thing that deciphers. I feel like these ones are the fake ones just because the smell is a little bit off. It just reminds you of like cheap fair toys when you go to the fair and you win something. It smells just a little bit weird. Like that's what this reminds me of. As I look at these side by side though, one of the dead giveaways for the Air Jordan 11s in the past was always the widow's peak on the shoe, like right here in the front. The widow's peak is on the real pair as well. There's also a widow's peak on the side of the shoe here, and then also on this side where they kind of join together, but they both have that widow's peak. The 23 on the back is also usually a giveaway, but this is fused on pretty much the same. It looks a little bit more crooked on this one than on this pair. And then even that Jumpman on the side looks exactly the same too. You have that Jordan name that's fused on the side of the shoe as well, and it looks and feels pretty close to the same exact thing on both of them. The nylon up the side right here looks and feels exactly like the real thing too. The roll places look pretty spot on too, man. There's also this Jumpman Jordan in the middle of the shoe in leather, and it's like debossed and then it has a little Jumpman in the middle. It looks pretty much the same also. The only difference that I really see is in the stitching of the shoe for the patent leather. It looks a little bit like wider gauge or larger gauge or whatever on the fake pair, if this is a fake one versus the real one. Like it's a little bit more spaced out on this one than on this one. The midsoles look pretty much identical, and then the outsoles look pretty much identical also. Even the carbon fiber looks exactly identical. Like it's really, really close. This is a pair that I also took the blacklight to, and I don't see any differences on this from the blacklight perspective. Some people originally were saying that's like the catch-all of like a fake versus a real. I don't believe that, to be honest. I feel like you could probably have blacklight markings on a real pair and not even know it. I feel like they probably even stopped putting marks on the fake pairs because of it. As for the box, if this is the fake pair here, it feels cheaper than the one over here. Also, interesting. Oh yeah, okay, so this is a fake pair. I was right. The reason why I know that this is a fake pair is because this one came with the StockX tag. That's hilarious to me that the StockX tag was my dead giveaway, that this was actually the fake pair. Another thing to note is the fake pair actually has a quality check sticker on it. Mine didn't have it, and then also there's a blue stamp on the box. My real pair doesn't have that, but I know it's something that we see pretty often. And then you do have that little green sticker on the inside of the box. The paper looks pretty identical as well. So I can say with confidence now that this is the fake pair and this is the real pair. One other thing that I noticed from the fake pairs in the past is the toe section right here where it's milky. Sometimes this is more see-through or less see-through depending on the colorway than what is on the real pair. For some reason, like you could see through it more on one pair than on the other one, but these ones look pretty much identical on this one. You could see right through it. If I'm looking at that 23 on the back a little bit closer now, I know that the fake one is a little bit thinner than the real one, but it's so incredibly close, man. It's seriously scary how closely these replicas are coming to the real thing. And the fact that this cost me as much as it did, it would cost me almost retail for this shoe, which means they're putting a lot of extra labor and love into creating these fake pairs because they get 100% of the profits versus somebody like Nike who's creating this pair and they sell them at cost for, what is it, like 50% off? But you know that Nike is getting a better deal at cost for the materials to create the shoe versus a manufacturer or somebody that's creating a replica like these. The costs are going to be a lot higher in here, but they make up the cost because these are direct to consumer versus the real pair that goes through Foot Locker and Champs and Hibbett Sports and all the other retailers out there. Those retailers are getting a cut of the overall bottom line. So if you think about it like that, I mean, that's crazy. They're doing that much to basically make their own and then undercut it and then take away from the company that actually makes the shoes. So I don't know, man. I know some of you guys out there are very defensive for fakes and think that there's nothing wrong with them and so on and so on. And then other people, it's like the other extreme. I don't know where I land on the matter anymore, other than the fact that I know that these won't go on my feet, but I will put these on my feet. It's not that I think I'm better than somebody that puts on fakes or anything like that, but if I can afford the real things and buy the real things, I just prefer to have the authentic thing. I don't want to have a fake one just because of the nature of it being a replica and something that's not authentic. At the end of the day, if people want to rock fakes because it's cheaper and it's more affordable for them to be able to put on their feet, or they don't want to pay the resale, I get all those reasons and stuff, and everybody has their own choices to make when they decide to purchase shoes. The thing that I don't like, and I've mentioned over and over again, and this is a primary focus of these videos, is the fact that this is a really, really good replica shoe. And let's say that this shoe cost $150, and this shoe, let's say the resale on this was $400 now. I don't want to see situations where people are buying these, selling them as real at the price point of this. If the price point was off by $150, $250, and then they're making that extra money off of like buying replicas and selling them as real. I think that that's the crux of the problem with the replicas, not the fact that people are wearing the replicas. There's always a multi-million-dollar shipment in from China that gets seized from the cops and stuff. And like we saw fake Dior's, we saw fake all sorts of stuff that are like almost one-to-one like these to the real thing. And that got seized. That stuff gets seized all the time. That's part of the reason why buying from these sites is not super, super awesome, because your pair could have been one of the ones that got seized up. You don't get your money back. That's just the way you roll your dice when you play in the black market like that. And I've been stung also, as I mentioned, buying fake shoes with my credit card information, and it's just sketchy stuff. Western Union is a terrible idea because you never win those situations either if you lose your money. Other than for these videos, I really just like to buy the real thing. I have a lot of fakes now that just sit in a box because I don't do anything with them. But at the end of the day, hopefully you guys are staying woke out there and know that there's really high quality fakes on the market. So don't get stung. Buy from trusted sellers and do your research before you just go out there. And if you think a deal is too good to be true, it probably is. But this is pretty eye-opening. This might be the best one-to-one Jordan that I've seen to the real thing. Looking at them side by side, I mean, if you guys can see things in the video, drop a comment and let me know what things you guys see that's different. But I mean, it's pretty scary how close these are when you're talking about a $200, $220 pair of sneakers and how close they are to replicating it. But that's the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. No sponsorships in this video. Just figured I'd knock it out and show you guys the side by side because it's pretty eye-opening and shocking. I honestly wasn't planning on mixing them up. It just happened as I'm trying to get through some of the backlog of videos that I have, because there's actually lots of shoes sitting around out of frame on the ground that I'm trying to knock out videos on. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Notification bell to be notified of when my videos are up again. And have a good rest of the day out there. Stay safe buying on the open market, guys. All right, peace.